Alright. I think the poop's hit the fan. It's time to get out of here. No! Okay. Well, that's not gonna work. Time to find an alternate means of transportation. Oh, sweet. I'm back. I got a motorcycle. Awesome. So I can't take as much stuff. Thank God I know how to ride one. Do you? Okay, so my first means of transportation failed on me, which may happen. So I have my backup here, which is a motorcycle. Now, think about 5 o'clock traffic. 5 o'clock traffic is bad enough. It's hard to get through. So in an SHTF scenario, everyone's going to try and be getting out. A mass exodus. And so not only is it good to have this as a backup, but you may even want to consider having it as your primary vehicle, because you can cut through lanes, cut through traffic, and just get out of Dodge a whole lot sooner than you could in a bulky vehicle. But to do that, you're going to have to know how to ride one. So let's go over some things. When riding a motorcycle, you want to ensure you wear proper safety equipment, or just clothes. Well, proper clothes. I guess proper clothes. Alright, so you'd want to wear some nice over-the-ankle shoes. I have these Icon boots. I think they're the Elsinore 1000s. This is not 1000cc bike, but the boots are 1000, so I can pretty much ride anything. I have some Icon summer gloves. They got a lot of breathable holes in them, and like I said, I live in Southern California, so I actually use these all year, and they're just fine. And I've taken road trips with them, and sometimes I must admit my hands did get really cold, but it wasn't anything I couldn't deal with. So I've actually used these gloves all year long, and they're still going pretty strong. They have one slight little hole here, but they don't bother me. And they also got some reinforced knuckle protection here. I use goggles because I ride with an open face helmet, and you always want to protect your eyes, because if you've ever gotten a bug in your eye just walking, well, just imagine that at 60 plus miles an hour. So you want to wear some type of eye protection. It doesn't have to be goggles. You wear sunglasses, or I prefer these goggles. And these goggles, I don't know what brand they are. They're pretty cheap, but they fold up, and so I can just stuff them in my bag, or maybe just wrap them around my belt and just let them hang. They work. And of course you want a helmet, and you want your helmet to be DOT approved, and it'll say DOT on it. I like to wear something to cover my mouth and nose, because once again, I just don't like bugs going in my mouth, and sometimes I don't want people to know it's me that cut them off, so I just try and cover my face. Oh, and you want to wear some thick pants. Some I don't ride in shorts. Some people do, but I'd recommend pants. I wear Levi's jeans, and then a long sleeve shirt. Maybe even throw in a leather vest. Okay, so you turn the key, your motorcycle is going to start up. So this right here is your high beams light, your oil indicator light, your neutral position light, and your blinker light. Now, once it's gone through its checks and it's stopped making noise, on this particular model, and on many others, you have to pull out either a choke or a high idle. So I push this little knob out. Because it's in neutral, I'm just going to go ahead and pull in the clutch. Left side is going to be your clutch, and the ignition is this little button right here, underneath the red button. Now, you see that there's a little arrow without an X on it, and the button seems to be on that. That's good. That's on. This is an emergency kill switch. If it's pressed down inwards on top of here, then your bike's not going to start. So if the bike doesn't start, make sure that this little button is pushed to the arrow without the X. So once again, pull in the clutch and then push the button, because the bike is in neutral. You don't want to do this when the bike is not in neutral, because it's going to jump and just die. So pushing the button. slowly release the clutch, and we got the bike running. Okay, so some important things to notice. Your right side, as in using your right hand, this is going to be your front brake. Left, like we pointed out earlier, is your clutch. So you pull in to engage the clutch. You pull this to engage the front brake. This would be, of course, your gas tank, and you can go ahead and open that up. Take a look inside. Maybe if you have to shake it around and see that you got fuel. This one has plenty of fuel. This foot lever is your rear brake. So you push down on this with your foot and you're engaging the brake. Back here you have some pegs in case you want another rider. You can go ahead and pull those down. Now when you're sitting on the bike, you don't want your feet resting on the brake. You want to have your feet on the pegs. You don't necessarily need really cool boots like this to do it, but I would recommend at least ankle-high shoes of some kind of thick. So when you need to go ahead and pull the brakes, using only a few fingers of your right hand, you're going to just pull slowly on the front brake, which was the one on your hand, and then just press slightly down with your foot. So you want to engage both brakes at the same time. And you never want to engage the brakes, if you can, on a turn. So try and make sure that you're riding slow enough so you don't have to slam the brakes while you're taking a turn, because that could end badly for you. Now if we cross over to the other side, I'll go ahead and explain the gear shifting. So just like in a standard vehicle, you have to engage the clutch to change gears. So like we saw earlier, this bike right now is in a neutral position. If I want to confirm that, I can go ahead and move it back and forth. And you can see it does that easily. Now on a bike it goes 1's on the bottom, and then neutral, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you have a 6, then there you go. So now I'm going to engage the clutch, push down. Alright, so I engage the clutch and push down. Now I let go of the clutch, and now I try and rock the bike back and forth. As you can see, it's not letting me. But if I engage the clutch and pull up just a little bit, you hear that click, and I let go, I can once again move the bike freely. So now I'm in neutral. So I'm going to be in this position when I start the bike. After that, I'm going to go ahead and pull on the clutch, press down on the shifter, and I'm in first gear. So then to take off, I simply have to slowly let go of the clutch lever and accelerate just a little bit. I should be able to take off. And after that, any other shifts I make, I'll once again pull on the clutch, and I want to go in a, let's say, second gear. I'm going to pull up past neutral, and I'll let go of the clutch as I continue to accelerate, and I am now in second gear. And once again, it does not let me move around freely. If I want to move up and go a little faster in third gear, I'm going to pull on the clutch, and then once again pull up on the lever. Let go of the clutch as I continue giving it throttle and continue moving. So now I would be in third gear. And as you can see, the bike's still not wanting me to move that much. So I move up to fourth, once again, pull on the lever and pull up with my foot, and then return my foot back to the peg. Now let's say I want to go down, I want to slow down. Well, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to pull on the lever and I'm going to push down. Now I've just gone down a gear. And once again, just likewise, let go of the lever as you give it throttle and you're on your way. Okay, so this right here is, you'll notice, turns. This is your throttle. As you notice, this one does not turn. It's just a handlebar. But this is your throttle. And when you turn it back and let go, it's supposed to sling back to the forward position. And to reiterate, this is your front brake, this is your rear brake, and you want to use both simultaneously. And you don't want to jerk either of the brakes. So throttle, front brake, clutch, rear brake, and then on the other side we have our shifter. I personally recommend that everyone take a motorcycle safety course. So all you have to do is get online, type motorcycle safety course, and then your town or city, and go to the nearest one. I'd say it's probably going to be a couple $100, but it's well worth it. The one I went to, I got to use their motorcycles, and it was one evening and then 2 days of riding. And I actually fell. Luckily though, it was on their bike and not mine. So whether you know how to ride or don't know how to ride, I highly recommend it. It is a safety course. There's a lot of emphasis on safety, and I'll be honest, they'll probably do a lot better job of teaching you how to ride a motorcycle than this video. And like I said, riding a motorcycle is just one more tool in your bag of tricks that you can use in case something goes wrong. So thanks for watching. Alright, so you can't recognize me, it's still me, Jorge, and I'll see you guys later. I'm getting out of here.